We got you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get right into it because I don't want to take too much of your time.
Right.
I just want to ask you, how has been your experience so far being here in El Salvador, Miss Universe? This must be like a dream come true for you.
Oh my gosh, where do I even begin? I mean, let's start with how beautiful El Salvador is. It hits very close to home, actually. I'm pretty sure you've experienced that too. The tropical weather, the hospitality of all of the people, the amazing food. I've been going to a lot of the tourist beach destinations.
Yeah.
So I've been able to kind of compare that to the Philippines, and it really hit home for me. So from the location itself and the destination, absolutely enjoying it.
Yes.
But of course, I love all of the women here. They are so empowered. They are so independent. They are so gorgeous. Literally creme de la creme of every country.
Exactly.
So I love that part of pageantry, is really being able to connect to like-minded people that really have that driving force to make a positive impact around the world.
Absolutely. And I can attest to all of this. I mean, just being here, the atmosphere is so inspiring and so uplifting.
Definitely.
So, all right, so I'm going to take you back a little bit.
Okay.
Because we know that you worked really, really hard to be here in this position. You were already a national para holder before, so when you decided to join Miss Universe Philippines, you put a lot on the line.
Yes.
Can you tell us, how does it feel like actually being here, going through all of this, and how are you managing all the process?
Well, you know, when I did join my first international pageant, I had such an amazing time. Again, you meet so many empowered women, but unfortunately the world did stop, the pandemic happened, so everything that I set out to do kind of was put on hold. Of course, during the pandemic, that's also when I turned over the crown. So I felt like that was kind of a wasted opportunity and a wasted potential to really maximize the platform that I worked so hard to try and build. Hence the decision of joining Miss Universe. Of course, we all know that Celeste brought home the crown the first time I joined. But it's really a mental game when you know which area you could have improved on and where you kind of fell short on. I'm the type of person that does not like what ifs. I don't like living my life full of regrets. I knew that there was an age limit at the time. There was still an age limit. And with Celeste's experience, that's when I realized that the org was making a shift. They were making a shift into a more inclusive platform, into a more advocacy-based platform, which was essentially the reason why I joined my first international pageant, because their focus was very on advocacy. So when they made that shift, I was like, that was the sign that I needed to try again. Of course, I had such an adverse year last year. Two of my parents got into accidents. I had to take care of both families. I was shooting a television series while doing Miss Universe, got hospitalized, got surgery, went back the next day. So I really had to be certain about what I wanted in my life and what I was fighting for. If my purpose was very superficial, very shallow, surface level, like I just wanted it for the vanity, I would not have been able to power through all of that. But of course, in my core, my burning passion is towards my siblings on the autism spectrum, for the millions of individuals on the autism spectrum. And they're really the reason why I was able to power through.
Awesome. I mean, definitely was a challenging year, but we always said, you know, God's timing is perfect. And it just feels like the perfect time for you.
Thank you. I mean, everything happens for a reason. Lessons, blessings, everything in between. I'm very grateful for everything that has made me stronger to this day.
And it shows.
Thank you.
All right, so one thing that I really love about you is that you're really a creative person.
Yes.
I'm a creative myself, so when I saw you, you know, like filming, being like checking on like the shots of the videos and everything, that was like so interesting, because of course we don't often see girls who are like that much like hands-on with the process.
Right. I mean, like you said, I am very creative. One of my first passions was really holding a camera back when I was in grade school. Of course, I come from a family of creatives. My grandfather was a director, my father was a producer, my mom was an actress. And I fell in love with it the moment I held my first camera, when I was maybe like 6, 7. Then I became a photographer for the school. Admittedly, I just wanted front row seats to everything. But I truly did enjoy it. And, you know, when you join pageantry, you really want to be able to show your authentic self, really highlight the things that make you uniquely you. And part of that was my creative side. So when I was fortunate enough to win the title, I knew that I wanted that standard that I have in all of my content, all of my videos, things that I do for clients to also be shown on the universe stage. So, you know, the Hello Universe, that was something that I was very excited to shoot. We mounted that in like 24 hours. Thank you so much to Steven Tan, who helped me get access to the globe. But even beyond that, I mean, I feel like my creative side is also self-expression, where it's always me trying to tell a story to the audience without even speaking. So even down to the song choice, I'm very particular about it. Like, what kind of emotions can this relay? What message can this give, even with just such a short 15 to 30-second video? And I mean, people like it, people don't like it, but as long as I'm satisfied and, you know, my fellow kababayans love it also, that's
I mean,
all that
people loved it.
matters.
Let's be for real. It went viral everywhere.
Thank you, thank you.
You're doing amazing, and the people feel the energy. Talking about virality, one of the things that went viral about you was when you competed during the finals of Miss Universe Philippines. Your walk, your pasarela. What can we expect this year in terms of walk? I don't want to spoil anything, but if you can give us any, you know. So
I have always been training with Ian Mendahar. He was my pasarela coach for my first pageant, the first time I joined Miss Universe, and obviously my latest stint. I've been training with him. Obviously, when I won, it became a collaboration with Jonas Gafood. I do notice a really great change in my pasarela. It's more polished. It's more refined. Of course, I don't believe that I was perfect. Even though I did win Best in Evening Gown, I carry myself very well. There's always room for improvements, especially when you're representing the Philippines. So I have been getting a lot of positive feedback from the things I've been posting since training up until getting here, and it's really just nice to know that all of your hard work has been validated, or they're really seeing all of these improvements. And ultimately, that's my goal. We have to face it. There's only going to be one winner in this competition. But at the end of the day, as long as my kababayans know that I gave it 200, 300, 1,000% of myself, 1,000% of hard work, then that can make me sleep.
Of course. So I'm not going to ask you any details, but can we expect another viral moment on the stage of Miss Universe?
I think so. I think so. I mean, I work with some of the most amazing creatives in the Philippines. Of course, it's no secret, Mark Baumgartner is doing my final gown and preliminary gowns. And of course, the same designer, Michael Barassi, who did my national costume in the Philippines, is also designing my national costume. And we put in a lot of hard work, we really came together and really tried to figure out what could represent the Philippines and Michelle D at the same time. And I think we were able to achieve that. I know I've been giving some hints on my national costume. I do have a hint coming very soon for my gowns. So, abangan nyo na lang.
You know, something that I love that you mentioned earlier is that you are representing the Philippines. Philippines. It's a big responsibility. I think that it takes really someone to visit the country to understand how much pride and honor and pressure comes with the title. So when it comes to you, how are you managing all of that, and how do you keep yourself grounded to stay focused on the competition?
Well, one, the experience does help. It is my third time joining a pageant. And the thing about competing in the Philippines to vie for the national title is it does feel like an international pageant of its own when you compete for Miss Universe Philippines. So one, that helps. Two, I'm very grateful to have such strong and independent parents. My mom and my father, they've raised me to be so certain about who I am and what I have to offer, that I am not easily swayed. I only listen to the people that matter. I don't listen to bashers, to naysayers. I am open for constructive criticism. I'm very open to, you know, admitting if I have any faults, but it's very important to just know who to listen to and trust that you are doing the best that you can. And of course, you know, I did start off as an actress, and the reason why I did choose that is because way back when I knew that I had this confidence issue in front of cameras. So, because again, I was working behind the camera instead of in front of the camera. So that really helped me just be relaxed and be authentic, be natural, even when I'm standing in front of thousands of people. So that really helped me in my mindset. I mean, crying